Alright folks, well finally after about 2 weeks, now we got some HD pictures. The ARMT Premium Tier 5 American Medium Tank. It has the same mobility as a Sherman M4A1 except unconventionally large oscillating turret. That's the trunnion pivot point with the gun on top and the base of the turret at the bottom, except it's a lot bigger than AMX-13 or T69 for that matter, but has modern torsion bar suspension compared to the VVSS. Also crew of 3, even though the vehicle is not that small, so very spacious. Commander, gunner, and driver at the front. Autoloader for the gun. But 76mm M1A2 presumably on the muzzle brake, so about the same gun as a Sherman EZ8 except it's at tier 5. Normally it's the M1A1 on the M4A1, but could be good, except this thing has pretty bad DPM, a lot of gun depression and gun elevation, 15 degrees at the front and 60 for gun elevation. I don't think there's a 76mm flak round back then. Yeah, mostly I could think of the 76 as an anti-aircraft on the modern Draco Italian car thing, so alright. Fake tank? Question mark? I don't know, but why the hell do you want 60 degrees of gun elevation to shoot at? I mean, planes? Blimps? Alright, yeah, that's fine, I guess. It's good, but leaves you with a large target for a turret. It is 3 inches at the front on the turret, so 76mm, but the most you could bounce is like tier 4 usually. Tier 5s don't see tier 3s anymore, luckily. So, alright. It's not a bad looking tank. It is certainly interesting, but it is a big flat target. Alright, let's take a look at the stats. So, 76mm penetration is about the same as all 76. Shell velocity is mediocre, still okay enough. At tier 5, autoloader, 3-round clip. 2 rounds between each shot, or 2 seconds between each shot after the first one, and 17 seconds of reload. I think they nerfed it after the second iteration, so into like 18 seconds or something, but about 20 seconds per burst. And that is kind of crap when you only have 300 alpha or so per burst. Yeah, your DPM is not great. It's about 1000 initially, and they nerf it to 900 or so. So, facing off against this thing in a tier 4 will be a nightmare. But aim time is relatively decent. Accuracy is kind of crap, but hey. 15 degrees of gun depression, 60 elevation. Like I said, anti-aircraft for some reason. 100 rounds. Doesn't fit the autoloader, but we'll take a look. So crew of 3, very spacious for 3-man crew. Cannot train your loader or radio operator on the Shermans. Top speed of 45, horsepower per number ratio of 16.2, so about the same as a M4A1. Hull traverse, medium tank, decent enough. Same goes with the turret traverse, but 3 inches of armor at the turret front, 2 inches at the hull front. Same goes for the sides, and 1 inch at the rear. Health is about average, view range workable, radio is crap. It's not a bad vehicle, except DPM kinda sucks. But if this thing has a lot of DPM, then holy crap, tier 4 would suffer dramatically, greatly in that fact. So there it is, 16.64 reload time for the whole clip, 2 seconds between each shot, 3 rounds in the clip. So 100 rounds does not divide by 3, but 1 extra round for like high explosive or something, I don't know. Accuracy is 0.4 with a 100% crew, 2.1 seconds of aim time. Like I said, DPM is kinda crap. Yeah, pretty bad, but then again, tier 4s would suffer. Well, I don't think it kill mostly tier 4s now after the HP buff. Yeah, it still does not feel good when you chip off for like 60% of your health in one burst from this thing. Then again, you could fight back. The armor is not that great. Theoretically speaking, you could angle the turret when you're reloading, to give you a little bit more of a E100 feel, except you don't have that thick of a turret front. Okay. Mobility is about the same as a Sherman. Camo is god awful. Well, not the worst, but yeah, it's not the greatest. It's a heavy tank, close to. So yeah, it's pretty big target. View range, average. Radio is crap. So this is a frontline support medium tank. Very much frontline. You're not calling air support or air support, artillery support from all the way back in the map. So you're close to the front line and relying on your teammates for radio coverage, but that is a big ass freaking bustle in the back. It's also the pivot point too, so holy crap. Alright, 100 rounds, autoloader, 3-round clip. Doesn't make sense, but hey, there you go. High explosive. I don't think you fit a lot of high explosive, but even though most autoloaders does not carry high explosive, mostly because you have to wait for the whole clip. You have to wait like 20 seconds to load 3 rounds of a high explosive clip. Not worth it. So most of the time, you don't see high explosive on Batchets or AMX-13s or even the Minotauros, the Contracaros, Italian tank destroyers. You usually don't see that, but you have 100 rounds, might as well put some into high explosive, like 6 or 9. It's a M1A1 with a muzzle brake. Interesting. Alright. Technically, it's the same gun that's on the Sherman M4A1, except you have a muzzle brake now, I guess. Alright. It's a premium, makes more credits, and crew XP. Alright. This vehicle feels weird. It's mostly because of the DPM. But then again, if this thing will have a lot of DPM, then that would be detriment to a tier 4 player. I would still say like if it has like 1200 or 1300 DPM, that would be a lot better. So let's compare this to a Sherman EZ8 or any other tier 5 American medium. Not Sherman EZ8, what the hell am I talking about? M4A1 Sherman. So mobility wise, oh, it has a little bit better. Well, about the same. It has better horsepower per ton ratio. Huh. I thought it was about the same. 16 is better than 14, obviously. Maybe because I don't have a turbocharger on this thing. 45 compared to 48. Mobility is about the same. At least for Traverse. Traverse is about the same. I'm using a freaking high explosive round. No wonder the DPM is so high. Okay, let's just compare with the tank side GG. It's a lot better on here. By stats, tier 5 medium tanks. Alright, you're using high explosive rounds, so that doesn't count. So normally 75mm. 75? Is that the stock gun? Why the hell are you putting the stock gun? I thought it was 76. Interesting. Yeah, DPM is already about 1500. Even at the middle mark. 76. There you go. That's a stock gun, 75. So you have more DPM, but less penetration? Interesting. Yeah, less pen. That's the M4, A2, E4 version. Yeah, more pen. Yeah, definitely more pen compared to 92. But you have less DPM. So usually it's about 1400, 1500 with 120 or so millimeters of penetration. Yep. So you have the worst DPM out of tier 5 medium. That is kind of bad. Well, you do have an autoloader. Usually they don't see autoloaders at low tier, but mobility wise, let's see, horsepower per ton. 17, 15. So middle of the pack. You're not as slow as a Matilda, thank God. Alright, top speed is about 45 or so, 48. Let's see, top speed. 60. Well, it's a car. That doesn't count. Yeah, about the same. 48, 45. Yeah, not as slow as a Matilda. Thank God. Valiant is such a piece of junk. Did not know I'm going to disrespect the Valiant. It's a crap tank. Alright, view range. Actually not half bad with 370. Yeah, it's actually not bad. It's on the higher end. Oh, not that Sherman. Yeah, 370. Not bad. Radio is crap. They don't even compare radio. Yeah, you don't really compare radio, but radio is kind of crap. You don't have artillery support. Health? 800, holy. So middle of the pack, but about the same. Ballpark. Yep, alright. So this vehicle feels like slightly more mobile in terms of horsepower per ton ratio than a Sherman, but it has a weird autoloader that has no DPM into it. You have the gun depression and gun elevation for it, but you will likely put vents or turbocharger and optics. Can you put vertical stabilizer on a tier 5 for American? No, you cannot. So no vertical stabilizer. I think that begins at tier 6. So likely turbocharger, make it go a little bit faster. You cannot put a rammer. It's an autoloader. Likely optics and possibly vents. So it's like this setup, except trading vents or trading rammer for turbocharger. Yeah, you could put improved aiming to help out with the accuracy of the gun, but if you're close enough, then that's debatable. You can also trade your vents for improved aiming. Yeah. Well, there's no field modification, so just equipment, but I would say this vehicle is okay. I mean, it's certainly interesting to look at. It's certainly interesting as a design perspective, but it's not that great when you don't have that much armor, but you do have some mobility. You don't have that much DPM, but it will piss off some of the vehicles when you chip off like 50% of their health in one burst. So a platoon of these will be kind of nightmarish when you think about it. 5.5, maybe 5 out of 10. It's okay, it's not bad. At least it's more interesting, to say the least, than a Sherman T-34 hybrid. That's a weird piece. I didn't really like mine, but I wouldn't say it's that bad. I guess it's like a sniper of a Sherman with an 85mm, but yeah, it's the worst thing about this thing is aim time sucks, accuracy sucks, DPM is alright, but God, I mean, there are some really crap tier 5s, like I mentioned, the Valiant, and those are not. Well, then again, that's free, so you cannot compare a free tank. This is a piece of shit. 91mm. Oh God. Oh, that sucks. Well, yeah, I wouldn't say it's that bad, but it's like middle performance in terms of the performance of the road. So 5.5. Oh God. Why do you have 60 gun degrees or 60 degrees of gun elevation? You're not going to use it. It'll be great if you can use it, but yeah, 15 is still pretty good. So I would say 5.5 out of 10. Well, there you go, folks. The ARMT. Well, as always, thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.